It's been 3 years since Logan Paul and KSI launched Prime, their signature hydration beverage that seemed destined to take over the world. At first, it was an absolute phenomenon. People were lining up just to grab a bottle. It wasn't just a drink, it was a movement. But fast forward to today, and the once hyped brand is spiraling. From lawsuits to health concerns, tanking sales, and some really questionable marketing decisions, Prime is no longer the next big thing. It's a meme, a clearance rack item at Walmart. So how did we get here? What went wrong? And can Logan and KSI pull Prime out of this crash landing? Let's take a deep dive. When Prime hit the market, Logan and KSI were on fire. Every launch was viral. Every new flavor sold out in minutes.
Oh, bro, when you drink it, you're gonna come, bro.
Whoa!
That's how good it is, bro.
Instant ejaculation.
The hype wasn't just organic, it was engineered. Logan Paul especially saw Prime as his golden ticket. He's made it very clear that becoming a billionaire is his ultimate goal.
When do you guys just say fuck it and just...
The honest answer, when we both hit that B.
I'm out this bitch when I hit that B.
I'm out.
And you're gonna see it unhinged, unfiltered.
Yo, I can't wait, Jake.
And Prime was the rocket he planned to ride to that number. The strategy? Disrupt the hydration market and compete with the titans like Gatorade, Powerade, and Body Armor. Build enough momentum, and eventually sell to a giant like Coca-Cola or Pepsi. That's what they were banking on.
Inshallah, things go the right way. We're headed one direction, and that direction is to become the legacy brand that will be taking a massive chunk of the market.
With Logan reportedly owning 20% of Prime, they would need a $5 billion buyout to hit those billionaire dreams.
Try to disrupt well-established industries that have big heads already at the table. They don't want you to sit at that table, because that means you're taking money out of their pocket.
And Logan wasn't shy about pushing Prime. He was drinking it everywhere, posting about it constantly, even using major life events like his wife's pregnancy to plug it. Whether it was their new food brand Lunchly or energy drinks, Prime was always front and center.
Of course, we have our snacks and our energy drink, none other than the greatest meals in the world. Lunchly, of course, we have the turkey, cheese, and cracker stack. Also the Fiesta Nachos, my personal favorite.
Love.
But here's the thing. No amount of marketing or memes can save a product if people stop buying it. And that's exactly what's happening. Let's look at the numbers. Over in the UK, Prime's profits dropped 90% year over year, from £3 million to just £300,000. That's not just a dip. That's a nosedive. Revenue, down 70% in the UK from £112 million to £32 million in just 1 year. And in the US, it's not much better. Reports suggest Prime's sales fell over 50% in the first half of 2024. This isn't a slowdown after the hype. It's a collapse. Prime's team has claimed this was all expected, that sales would drop after the initial wave. But there's a lawsuit right now that tells a different story. Refresco, a major bottling company, is suing Prime for $67 million. Why? Because Prime allegedly backed out of a manufacturing deal. In simple terms, they agreed to buy a massive amount of bottles, but then realized they couldn't sell them anymore. If true, that says everything. Prime thought the hype would last forever, and when it didn't, they panicked.
Developed to... Why can't this be the next Gatorade? Like literally, Gatorade is so fucking archaic, and our thesis was to create a better for you hydration beverage. We did it. We were right. People bought it. They like it. They agree with us. Like there's no reason you should be drinking 150 plus calorie drink with 27 grams of sugar in it if you want to hydrate. That's insane.
Ooh, smells a bit high. What is that flavour you got there?
Tropical punch, it says.
Oh, Jesus.
Loosely. You've just come from the Maldives. How tropical
it's like swallowing perfume. What is that?
You can compare this to Body Armor, which was successfully acquired by Coca-Cola. Body Armor spent years slowly scaling, growing their market share year after year before Coke even looked their way.
This is a big opportunity for Body Armor because they're now going to be within the Coca-Cola bottling system. It's a 1-2 punch from Coke.
Buy a minority interest, put them in the put it in the bottling system, kind of like a test to see what we can do with these bottlers, and the rest is history. Since we've been in the system, we've gone from 200 million to 450 million to 700 million, and this year will be 1.1 billion in revenue. And the Coca-Cola bottlers have done an amazing job getting this brand to the next level.
In contrast, Prime tried to shoot to the moon in one leap, and now gravity's doing its thing.
Keep it, bro. It's as if it's like, was it Supreme? People want
That's what it feels like. It feels like a hypebeast product.
Bro, people don't want to throw it in the bin.
And let's talk about the product itself. Critics, especially in the health space, have been tearing it apart. Despite branding itself as a healthier alternative to traditional sports drinks, Prime's formula has raised a lot of eyebrows. It's basically a potassium-heavy drink with artificial sweeteners like sucralose.
So let's get to the formula again and kind of round this out. So we have, again, the basis of the whole thing is essentially that this is not an actual electrolyte formula, rather it is a potassium drink with sucralose. That is what it is. Like, that's the purpose of Prime. It is something that you can drink on a daily basis as a enjoyable drink. That is what it is. It's not a actual performance-based, athlete-focused electrolyte blend. It is something that you could sip on in class, walking around, whatever, that is nearly void of calories that tastes good.
So, if the drink isn't that revolutionary, who's it for? That's the question Prime never really answered. Is it for athletes? For kids? For adults trying to make healthier choices? At launch, it was framed as this must-have, limited edition status symbol. People were reselling bottles like they were rare sneakers. But now it's just there. On shelves. Everywhere. Collecting dust. The exclusivity died. So did the appeal. Even worse, their existing customers are buying less. The average basket size is shrinking, which means even the die-hard fans are getting over it. I mean, when's the last time you saw a grown adult sipping Prime after a workout?
Beverages that are on the market right now are like either A, not good for you, B, taste like shit, or C, are archaic as fuck. Gatorade's been around for 15 years, has 120 calories. It's so high in sugar, it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, man.
Why has no one effectively made a drink that is actually better for you and is affordable and tastes good?
Wow. Fucking hell. The UK shows up. Holy shit.
Like, compared to, you know, all our competitors, we're just destroying them.
By doing the wackiest shit. Though.
Yeah, like
we got in Prime mascot costumes and shadow box.
Bro, you know, when you ever gonna see what Gatorade do that, or Powerade, or these other competitors?
But here's where things really went sideways. Prime never stood on its own. It was never about the product. It was about Logan and KSI. The whole brand was built around their personas, their antics, their drama. And sure, that works short term. But long term, people get tired of clowns shilling drinks.
Liquid IV with 11 grams of sugar compared to Prime's 2 grams. Liquid IV has 870 milligrams of electrolytes, and the Prime stick has 871 milligrams of electrolytes.
And now it's intentional. Look, we're this much better by 1 milligram. This is not the same stratification of electrolytes. So when he lumps them together as if it is an electrolyte is an electrolyte, it's like, do you know the composition of sweat that even comes out of your fucking face when you're exercising, bro? I don't think so. I think you think that this is all the same. And for you to go at Liquid IV, ready to like chop their head off when you don't even know what the difference is and why it would be useful to maybe have some sodium in there, is actually kind of laughable, to be honest.
And Logan hasn't exactly helped himself with his various controversies. From crypto scams to constant feuds, he's not exactly the guy you want fronting a health-conscious beverage. They tried too hard to market Prime like Supreme or Yeezy, a hype-beast product you flexed for clout. But hydration isn't fashion. You can't sip on branding. Eventually, people care more about what's in the bottle than who's holding it. Now let's look at the big picture. Prime is still facing major lawsuits, declining interest, and a complete lack of brand identity. It's not functional enough for athletes, not fun enough for kids, and not healthy enough for parents to buy for their families. It lives in a weird limbo where no one really knows who it's for anymore. And let's be honest, Coca-Cola and Pepsi aren't lining up to buy a brand that's tanking in multiple markets. Why catch a falling knife when your own hydration brands are already holding strong? If Logan and KSI wanted Prime to become a legacy product, they should have played the long game. Build real loyalty. Focus on quality. Let the numbers speak instead of screaming in costumes. But instead, they tried to force virality and scaled too fast, too soon. In the end, Prime might be remembered as a fascinating case study in what happens when influencers try to build billion-dollar empires on branding alone. They wanted to be the next Gatorade. Right now, they're looking more like the next Fire Festival. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have you ever tried Prime? Do you know anyone who still drinks it? Or is it officially a dead trend? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, there's more internet mayhem to cover. Peace.